Hey Virgos! Welcome and welcome back to the Honeyseastar Tarot. So this is going to be your weekly read for March 10th through the 16th. And for anyone that's in places that celebrate, or not really celebrate, but participate, I guess rather, happy daylight savings time! We're ready to spring ahead. No joke, just saying. So quick, just wanted to say shout out to everybody so much for your love and support. I cannot thank you enough and extend my gratitude to each and every one of you enough for just supporting the channel, listening, all of the above. So to get our energy started, let's go ahead and clear our energy together. So let's take a deep breath in. Spirit, help guide us this week, so that we can best see the signs, use our discernment with grace, and live our best dreams into reality with gratitude. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so let's get started with the tarot here. So coming into this week, on March 10th, we've got a new moon in Pisces, and so it's the start of new cycles. It's also a time where you're really embracing androgyny within you, or the androgyny within you. So you're embracing the feminine and the masculine, and absolutely feeling the balance between the two. And with the tarot here, we're starting with the Four of Cups, and so if anyone has been feeling disappointment lately, or a feeling of discontentment, really what the Four of Cups is saying here is, we're paying attention to these three cups here, but we're failing to see that fourth cup here right behind us. And Spirit is basically coming and begging us almost to take it. And so it's basically a time where really introspection is going to help. Going within and meditating, and more importantly, reevaluating and repositioning, and taking that opportunity to reposition, I should say. And with the Eight of Cups, really, what this is saying is that now is the time for action and for change. You are on a journey. It may not be the norm, quote unquote, path that we're cultured to believe or to take, but there is a higher wisdom and a higher meaning of purpose that is really filling your bucket. And between the 4 and the 8, both of these represent stable foundations. And so what I see here is you're basically moving forward out of a period where the foundation was unstable. And you're moving forward to this Ace of Cups, which is the beginning of a prosperous time. And so also too, I do want to say this week, we're getting a bit of help from Venus. And so possibly in love or in building new relationships, whether it be through business or through friendship, even family. Now is the time really of connecting with those opportunities and building those relationships on a strong foundation. But really what this is you are standing in your power. You are standing in love, in joy, in your spirituality, and more importantly, your intuition and your potential. And you're very positive here at this point. And so this is absolutely excellent. I also see a lot of Libran energy here in this. And so, between Cancer and really feeling that emotional side of it, possibly that air side too here, I really see that with this Libran energy leading the way with the Ace of Cups, now is the beginning. Now is your time to start a new cycle. And the moon's going to be moving into Aries. And so that tends to, aid in that energy. It brings in a bright, sharp mind about us, but it also helps us with confidence in our skills. And so basically it's kind of a time where we get a lot of support from the moon in the way we're our best cheerleaders, if that makes sense. And like I say, Venus is going to be helping us this week when it comes to relationships. So Venus is in Pisces on the 11th, which for us Virgos, that's going to basically affect our 7th house. And so like I say, it's basically your 7th house relates to your relationships, your family, love life, etc. And so what you'll see during this time is Venus is going to be helping those relationships really grow and really deepen at this time. It's also a helpful time where you're coming across and very much standing in a balance of your emotions. where you're very much compassionate and also very loving to those around you. And so absolutely during this time, especially coming into the March equinox here that's coming up, but also too as we're springing ahead, this is the time really where people are seeing that love shine, and it's a welcome change. It's that welcome growth of spring. And really you are helping with leading that charge. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for that confirmation. So looking at things here, we had the Five of Wands pop out first. And so if anyone has been feeling like chaos, or there's a lot going on, or possibly even feeling like you've got some disputes around you or conflict around you, even envy from others, this is the opportunity, like I say, where this is a new cycle that's going to be coming through. Now is the time also to remember that, stand in your power. And with the Knight of Cups in reverse, basically what this is saying is, you could be feeling, the effects of that type of envy or negativity surrounding you, where just kind of feeling discouraged, if you will. And so I kind of look at this as like analysis paralysis. There's been a lot of chaos. There's been a lot where it's overwhelming, possibly some competition as well. And it could be putting you in a point of really feeling, just overwhelmed and fatigued, like I say, where you need to fill your buckets back up. And I think that's what Spirit's really saying here is, take that aid from Venus being in Pisces, take that love and remember to shine it not only for others, but for yourself, and fill that bucket back up. And with the Knight of Wands here, Spirit is absolutely saying, if you take this time, shine that love that you have for so many others on yourself. Because really filling that bucket up is going to help you with your enthusiasm, with your energy, and more importantly, with your emotions, with that Cancer in here and that Leo, that fire. But really what the Knight of Wands is saying is, taking that time to recharge this week is really going to help you with getting back on that horse, if you will, but coming back highly motivated, 10 times stronger, absolutely creative and dynamic, but more importantly, ready for the challenge. And so this is absolutely beautiful. If this resonates with anyone, please, by all means, like, share, subscribe. If you feel comfortable too, share your story in the comments below. That way we can help encourage each other and lift each other up, as well as celebrate our successes. And more importantly, keep us going. Help fill each other's buckets up too. And with the Eight of Swords, that kind of popped out first here. It looks like, at this point here, like I say, Spirit's just cautioning you, there could be a potential mental imprisonment that you've been working through. It could have led to a little bit of fears or anxieties, or just that feeling of constraint or being stuck or powerless. And again, that 8 comes up. Spirit is saying here during this time, go to and utilize that Geminian, that Geminian energy here, and it popped up again, as well as that Taurian energy. But really, now is the time for stability. Remember, you're doing okay. As much as it may feel overwhelmed, this is a mental imprisonment. Really, when you look, take a step back and look, you are actually standing in your strength, and justice is on your side. But more importantly, the time that you've taken to work towards what you want to build, to work towards your best self of who you want to become, now is the time really to look at harvesting. And like I say, with the Six of Wands, what Spirit is saying here is victory and success is really on the horizon for you. And more importantly, your hard work is absolutely worth respecting, and people see that and respect you for it. At this point here, I would also absolutely expect some good news, so no pressure. But if anyone wants to let us know what's going on in the comments below, love to hear it, because what I'm seeing here with the Fool right after that is that this is a new start. There is a new journey that you are going on, and more importantly, the wheel has turned in your favor. Basically the 0 numerologically points to an infinite potential. And so what Spirit is saying here is the sky's the limit. This is just the beginning of what you're going to see with your success and security. And on the 12th, the moon's going to be moving into Taurus. So that's really going to be helping us with preserving and increasing money and material possessions, but also to give us that stability and that sense of stability with security and compatibility in our relationships. And the moon at this time on the 13th is also going to be conjunct with Jupiter, which is kind of like my favorite alignment ever. Jupiter really represents, ooh, boy, thank you, the positivity, the optimism, the can-do, and, reaching further. And right now, both are going to be conjunct in Taurus. And so there is a significant potential of financial gains, social successes in the air with this time. And with the Two of Swords here, what Spirit is saying here is you may also, too, be coming into a situation with this new beginning where it'll be somewhat of a difficult choice. But either way, it's a duality with it. Weigh the pros and cons, but more importantly, follow your heart. Follow your intuition, because this new beginning is waiting for you. And really at this point, what Spirit's seeing here as well with the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. But basically, what I see in this is, Spirit's just cautioning you, do not fear the loss. Right now, this is kind of what's keeping us stagnant, is what I see, is a lot of that internal fear and anxiety, fear of failure. And two, this could be at the point where it's kind of keeping some up at night. And so if that is the case, what I would recommend, honestly, is absolutely sound baths and salt baths. Cleanse that energy out. Open your heart. Open your chakras. Realign. Meditation at the end of the night, too, will really help with realigning that. Ooh, thank you. Sorry, I accidentally hit that, but it felt right. But really, too, it's important to let those fears and anxieties go. And more importantly, to be open, because that can lead, those fears and anxieties can lead to an inflexibility or a mismanagement. And really, it can also potentially lead to bad health. So now is the time really to take care of yourself, take care of the relationships around you as well. But realize, too, like if you're feeling that, to step back and look how far, ooh, thank you. Wow, that's popped out there. And so what I'm seeing here is, just now is the time where Spirit's really cautioning you to take care of yourself. Focus on, as above, so below, as within, so without. And so keeping that optimism, doing that self-care, making sure that you're addressing those fears, addressing those anxieties, really, and more importantly, making sure that you know your boundaries, and more importantly, that you know when to respect yourself with those boundaries and not give too much. Really what Spirit is saying here with that Hangman is, we see you. You have done a lot of self-sacrifice in what you've been building, and you've been working very hard. This is a new perspective. And more importantly, with that 12 here, it reduces to a 3. And so communication and creativity is truly your dynamic synthesis. And at this point, you will absolutely find the balance with that. And so, like I say, 5 of Cups, if someone has been feeling loss, a loss of something that you've loved, or has put you in a point of, a heavy-heartedness or regret, now is the time really to be present. Like I say here, this is your new fresh start. Good news is indeed coming. And so to let those fears go, to let that pass, that fear of failure go, and instead embrace that Queen of Wands with optimism, with energy, with clear thinking and strong will. This is really the energy to embody during this week. Also, too, I did want to point out here, so the wonderful thing is on the 14th, the moon's going to be moving into Gemini. And we've seen a lot of Geminian energy here within this reading. But really, that's going to aid you in a curious and responsiveness. But also, too, it kind of makes you feel, it helps clear the head and clear the air. And so you'll be feeling more awake to the present, awake to what's at hand. And with the Devil here, with the temptations here, you'll be awake to those temptations. You'll be awake to knowing the right path. And that's through the Temperance, a fusion to harmony, and more importantly, a fusion towards that internal balance. Like I say, as above, so below, as within, so without. Oh, second confirmation accidentally. But either way, that internal balance is what's going to really make the difference this week. And on the 15th here too, the moon's going to be trine with, which is in Gemini, I should say, is going to be trine with Pluto, which is in Aquarius. Why can't I say that? Anyway, it'll help as well and aid to that feeling of awakening. You could also see a desire for adventure, for action, for travel. And so, like I say, there's a lot of good energy in this week. And on the 16th here as well, it's going to be a half moon in Gemini. And so this is the time really, think before you act. Don't rush, absolutely. Show your best work and do your best work. But more importantly too, the moon is going to be trine with Mars, which is also in Aquarius. And so that's going to help you with giving you that willpower, that courage, and also to be able to take that energy and formulate it into practical action. It lends itself towards a resourcefulness led by compassion and love, as well as enables us to really stand in that love as our truth. And so it's a really wonderful time to end the week in that way, where, you'll really start, if anyone's been looking at exercising or dieting, things like that, on self-care, even on the physical, as well as the mental and the heart. This is the week where really you will be recentered and focused. Spirit does caution with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, don't work too hard. Like I say, burnout is kind of sitting there, and it can lend itself to what I call analysis paralysis, or lend itself to making you feel unfocused. This is the week to really take advantage astrologically of that Geminian energy to really help with getting you back into focusing and seeing that path. And like I say, with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, if somebody has been feeling any type of potential financial issues, conflict, familial issues, where things are just not united, at the bottom of the cup, don't ask, deck here, what Spirit is really saying here is step back, let your hair down, refill your bucket, let go of those fears and anxieties and analysis paralysis, overthinking or feeling overburdened. Let all that go, because the Three of Cups is really what's sitting here for you. And that unity is your strength. And so if you have been, feeling like you've just got too much on your plate, don't be afraid to ask for help. People are here to support you and help lift you up. And there is a lot of, like I say, with the relationship opportunities this week, there's a lot of potential for synthesis and sincere allies that really truly want to see you succeed and want to see what you're doing succeed. And with the King of Pentacles to end the deck in this way, which is beautiful, Spirit is saying it's all about that self-control. Slow and steady wins the race. More importantly, that pragmatic, practical action is your emphasis and where you'll really find that security. Ooh, I just wanted to fall out, so I'll take it. So the cosmos, just to get a few oracles here too, basically what Spirit is saying is your life is so special. Treat it with loving care. And so that's where really I look at that as, now is the time to be present. Now is the time to focus on that balance, not overdo it with too much work, which I know we're Virgos. No judgment. But really now is the time where, you will be seeing practical action and movement and coming together with people. Side tangent too, with that trine in Mars, with the Aquarius aspects, if anyone has been looking at buying a new home, moving, relocating, really now is the time where there's a lot of potential for success. So if that resonates, by all means, let us know in the comments below, put a heart in the comments, or even like, share, subscribe. But what I see is a lot of good potential for success here this week for you. Now, with the animal oracles here, at the top of the deck, we've got the sea turtle, which is protection. And I think a lot of us just kind of, if anyone has been feeling that fear and anxiety, this is a really good comfort, at least for me. You are protected. If you've been seeing some frenemies, some envy, whatever, you're protected. Spirit's got you no matter what. You are a master of finding life's flow, and be in harmony with the rhythm, and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. And so, like I say, a lot of that is that self-imprisonment. And I think at this point this week, this is the week where we're going to see some major breakthroughs in that way of just trusting, having that faith, and more importantly, not only trusting in spirit, but trusting in the self. And with the Ram, this is our perseverance card, which I absolutely adore. It says, you have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. And so it's absolutely beautiful. Like I say, now is the time to just keep it going. Make sure to do that self-care. That way you can fill that bucket back up and keep that bucket filled so that you can keep going and don't overdo it. I'm just kind of sifting through here for what feels good. The pronghorn. Ooh, and underneath it, the hawk. So the hawk really spoke to me when I saw it. And basically what I'm seeing here is messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. And so, like I say, Spirit is here to guide you every step of the way. Don't close off. Make sure you're remaining open to those. And more importantly, you can do that with focusing on those priorities, minimizing and eliminating those distractions, but keeping your eye on what you're doing. And with pronghorn, basically that stands for our action card. And so what Spirit is saying with that is that now is the time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses, will lead you to success. And so what I'm seeing through all of this is, you are protected. What you're building is protected. Financially, you're protected. But more importantly, you've got a messenger here, and your perseverance, your resilience, and your action will really come to play this week here. And so, like I say, no pressure. At this point, if you've been feeling the pressure, fear, anxiety, fear of failure, now is the time really to trust. Have faith that you are on the right path. And like I say, your life is so special. Treat it with loving care. At this point, you've got to make sure that that comes first. Home, health, and family, as I like to say, always comes first. And with another Cosmo Oracle here, I've got, remember that it's okay to be happy. Really, it is. And so if people have been working too hard, or you've been feeling like work has been the priority, now is the time also to take that step back, and we'll get that help in the beginning of the week here with really starting that new cycle with that Pisces part of us that really helps us with building those relationships, with deepening those relationships with that Venus aspect to it. And then what I also have here is stop looking outside yourself for answers. You already know them. And so really, absolutely, what I see in that is, trust yourself, trust in Spirit, and know that you are on the right path. You got this. And I have faith in you, Spirit has faith in you, and more importantly, we see you. And so, like I say, if that resonates with you guys, by all means, please, share, like, subscribe, but, put a heart in the comments below, or share your story if you feel comfortable. That way we can all help lift each other up here. And so what I'm seeing here, I'm just pulling a few place oracles too. And first one that popped out was the frigid realm. And so if anyone has been feeling extremes, now is the time really to, like I say, to go within, refill our bucket, because that inner balance is going to help us with balancing the outer, our outer surroundings, I should say. And with the luxury boutique here, what this is saying is you've got a handcrafted masterpiece on your hands. This is your silver screen. This is your show. Don't ever forget that power in it. And so absolutely now is the time to take practical action. You got this. And Spirit sees you. You're protected. And we're with you every step of the way. So I've gone ahead and pulled all of the major arcana on this read. And so if anyone practices music therapy, it's a wonderful way to get that energy flowing again for any type of chakra blockages and really help with rebalancing ourselves. And so what I pulled here, or what we pulled here, was a G sharp, a G, an E, and an A. And just as a reminder, drink plenty of water when you're meditating or practicing music therapy or any type of chakra realignment or dealing with chakra blockages, It really helps just with cleansing along the way and detoxing along the way too. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, but also too, if you feel comfortable, share your story in the comments below. That way we can all lift each other up through our successes here. Thanks so much for listening. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading. Love and light.